Okay, chat, the nights have been a little bit cold here in central Illinois, so I figured we would start off the morning warming myself up with the likely dumpster fire that is Alchemy. This deck's got a couple, at least one new card in it here, in Reezug the Bonecobbler. And then we've got some other Alchemy-specific fun ones. We're just kind of like black, white, fair stuff with value off of Welcoming Vampire and a Braids and the Lae'zel here at the top end. So let's pop on into some games with this and see how Alchemy feels. I have very little expectations going into this. We'll see if Alchemy is able to surpass or disappoint me. What's going on, Mushroom? Thank you for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. First match against the Playblade here, ranked, best of 3, Alchemy. Click the deck, click play, nailed it. Yes. Hey, what's going on, Drax? Thanks for the sub gift. Good morning, good morning. We'll see. Maybe Alchemy's gonna be great, chat. You don't know. Maybe it's about to be wonderful. The 4000 series cards are strange. So like the 4090 is benchmarking well, but other things I've seen on the 4080 has looked real mediocre. We'll see where they end up at. I think I'm on the use my 2080 Super until it dies plan, because I just don't do that much PC gaming these days. Yeah, I'm interested to see if we run into that, Tubo. So someone commented that Croaky's built the Infinite Turns deck, and then someone else responded to the comment that they queued up with that deck and then played like 6 mirrors in a row, which sounds atrocious, so I think I'm currently in hard pass territory with regards to that. A shock here? I attacked with bulk, so I want to draw a card with Wedding Announcement. This is like a sweet main deck card. Kills Sheoldred, Fable, Wedding Announcement. What's going on, Wiki? Thanks for the 27 months. Welcome back. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, chat. I haven't watched Magic content in literal years at this point. Is Croaky's a purely best of 1 gamer at this point? Last time I watched back in the day, he did mostly best of 3, but... So we just draw a card here, huh? He just plays a lot of everything, sure. That doesn't surprise me to hear. Well, I mean, to be fair, you know, doing best of one content makes you more popular with Magic stuff. For what it's worth. Best of one is the most popular Magic the Gathering format by a lot. Magic Arena format. Honestly, Magic the Gathering format in general, like casual Magic is best of one, and like casual Magic is way more popular than anything competitive. I mean, I don't think there's anything explicitly negative about Crokey's audience. He's just a Twitch streamer who happens to have like 2,000 viewers, and like anytime you have an open Twitch chat that's not heavily moderated, you're gonna have a bunch of shitty people in it. Oh man, not a card that has a really sweet dies trigger. It would be a damn shame if something were to happen to that. I mean, it's the nature of lack of moderation. Like you could definitely do something about it if you want to do something about it. I often say who people are when there's no repercussions for their further actions is who they really are. And the blunt truth of the matter is, chat, when you give a lot of people the power of anonymity on the internet with no repercussions for what they do or say to people, they by and large are shitty people. Like, a lot of people are just reasonable and decent when you see them in person because, like, you know, you could tell them to leave and you know who they are. You can walk away from them. On the internet, there's no real drawbacks and stuff like that. Like, I think day 9 stream is the only large Twitch stream I don't immediately close the chat in when I pull it up to watch it. Because most large Twitch streams are not sub-only and they don't moderate. I watch some on occasion, but like I said, it's not exclusive to Crokey's. He just doesn't moderate like most of people, and then it just naturally devolves. It's what people want, for better or worse. I only know what our opponent's doing. I am just clicking submit while I use cards jump out at me is useful here. Yeah, day 9 super chill, and putting a small barrier to entry of a prime subber $5 means people are a lot more considerate or cautious of what they're willing to do or say. Thanks, Megas. That's true too. Sub-only chat does remind people to resub. You do, V-Ball. Thanks for the 4 years. Chalice into a throne, into a Jester's cap at 6 years? I think Jester's cap is 6 years. Drinks. A dispersed. Thanks for the over 2.5 years. Yeah, the size of it matters too, because it's easier to go unnoticed in a large chat, and it's easier to be called out in a smaller chat if you're being kind of crappy, right? I also think it's easy to go on a short political tangent for a minute. I also think it's easy to forget that there is a lot of alt-right in the gaming space. There is a reason why a lot of those groups reach into places like Twitch to recruit. And I noticed my chat in general became a lot more tolerable / better when I became politically active and started removing right-leaning people from my spaces. Because it turns out, in order to be right-leaning in 2022, or in 2020 and 2018 when we were talking about stuff like this more, you have to have certain types of feelings and ways you tend to treat people on average to end up in those political leanings these days. And what's going on, Dr. Brouhaha? Thanks for the 3 years of Prime. Welcome back. Am I trading my 1/1 for their 1/1? I don't think so. This is gonna grow up to be a 2/2 eventually, right? I think we can do better. Speaking of growing up. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go Braids into Shambling Ghast here, and then we can sack Ghast, have the... Wait, does that work? That doesn't actually work how I want it to work, right? If I sack this, they'll just sack this. Yeah, my brain is bad. Would we do it anyways and just make a treasure? I think that's fine. It finally happened. I can finally cancel. What's going on, Klitz? Ooh, that's a good call. I can attack and see if they block. Yeah, I missed that. I don't know. Getting the treasure token has some value too, though. I think your line's not bad though, BTY. Oh, I guess our Bonecobbler is worse post-board if people are boarding in things like Curse, huh? Thank you for the nice amount of Prime subs, Andrew. I usually tell this story when he comes by in resubs chat, but Andrew's the reason I'm here. So you can thank him or hate him depending on your feelings on me. He's my buddy who said, hey Jeff, there's this Magic the Gathering tournament going on down near St. Louis. We're gonna drive down to it. You wanna come with us? And I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. Just sack the witch, get rid of the hearse. Clearing the hearse out with the right means we can flash the right back later. Take the oven. Here's my crack dealer. No, I had played Magic for a long time before I met Mike. He just encouraged me to show up to an actual tournament for the first time. And I had a stellar performance at that first SCG Open I played at. I went 1, 3, and 2. It was a solid day. You can find my thoughts on the Meathook ban and other things on YouTube here. What was I on? Hard Control? No, I was playing a mid-range deck, but I didn't have enough experience playing tournament Magic at that point to encourage people along. The average, you know how your average opponent on Magic Arena plays at a fucking glacial pace? Paper Magic's like that too. Only in Paper Magic, you don't have separate clocks, you have a shared clock. So if you don't hurry your opponent along or regularly call judges for slow play, you're gonna time out in a lot of rounds. I don't know faction and server info for LOTR offhand. I logged in and clicked around a little bit through the first few cinematics. The first few cinematics of that game were actually really good. Some quality sturf. We're gonna be playing some of that today after Magic and then tomorrow as well. I'm supposed to just get this down. No, the promo and the referral links are up now. If you want to make the ticker go up, you can check it out and play your main haul through to level 3. I'm not actually sure how long that takes offhand. I haven't gotten mine quite there yet. How do you encourage fast play from your opponent in Paper Magic? My go-to in a polite manner was anytime we finished the first game with more than 15 to 16 minutes off the clock, I would always say to my opponent, hey, if we want to get 3 games in, we're going to go to time playing at the same rate we played this game. Let's both try and play faster for this next one. And I would say let's both try and play faster, knowing that I had played quickly the entire first game and they often hadn't. But putting the, okay, this is something we need to do together and not, hey, fucko, let's play faster. A lot of people respond to that positive reinforcement better than the negative reinforcement. Whoa, 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 you should just go with the hey, fucko speed up. Maybe. Seeking doesn't hurt us, which is nice. This is a 4-7. We're kind of at a stalemate here, and Regis is beating us down. What's going on, Tungo? Thanks for the 10 months. If you scroll up in the announcements channel, the survey's there. But if you have any direct feedback for me, you could just drop me a DM on Discord. The survey was like a week and a half ago at this point, and I'm probably not gonna check in at the stats again. I posted snapshots of what the... Actually, did I post final snapshots? Maybe I should one more time. Grab that real quick. I think we had almost 300 responses. Someday Twitch will give me the ability to email my subs again. Oh, we had less than that. We had 267. It's tough to know. It's like, I have 1,200 subs in a given month, so the fact that, like, we only have 267 responses means there's a lot of selection bias in the survey responses, which is unfortunate. When I used to be able to email a link to subs, we used to have closer to 50 to 60% participation, which that was definitely better. We can turn this into an artifact? Is that better? I can't tell if that's better. Yeah, it might be. And I guess I get to eat this instead of losing it to food for a blood token here. More importantly, Lae'zel is now a 5-power double strike creature, so she can start attacking into Sheoldred here. Yes, the fact this is non-creature on the way back I don't think is abundantly clear from the text, but yeah, they come back as non-creatures. With the reflection of the Kiki Jiki flipping over, it's kind of starting to feel like this is a Space Smash face angle. Now, fun note here. This has a different name than this, so we could have them both out at the same time once we specialized. Odds we die on the backswing here. Non-zero. Them blocking a bunch is certainly great for us. Removal spell in hand? It's fitting that this is currently happening after we were just talking about people playing at glacial speeds. Chat, I'm ignoring the question on why I didn't make the good play. The answer is because I missed it. Come on, you folks aren't new here. Calm down. I'm human. Yeah, I think the opponent's blocks were bad there. I think they should have just, like, kept as much of their stuff alive as possible and tried to kill us with the backswing. But I was also, like, dying to Sheoldred, and we were under this clock with the reflection plus the Blood Tithe Harvester, so I think I kind of had to attack and make something happen there and hope they mess up, and they did. I don't think we win that game with ideal play on both sides, but thankfully Magic is a game where people rarely have ideal play. The artwork on this card kind of reminds me of the rolling head thing from Nier Automata. Anybody else get a similar vibe? Garlic the Clove. Thanks for the 2.5 years. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We're just chilling, Chip. Doing well, Dylan. Morning. T-1 week till Snap global release indeed. That's fine. I didn't want the last spell in my hand anyways. Joke's on you. Joke's on you, opponent. This gives us something that draws a card with Welcoming Vampire. Draws like 2 cards eventually. Lets us hold up this or play a 3-drop if we draw it. What are spells, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Like to cobble some bones, please. Grr. Combo. Anybody in chat been playing Alchemy Best of 3? Are there non-black decks in this format? Or is it just all swamps all the way down? is this card actually good? Putting all of these things back into play as artifacts doesn't seem particularly useful, right? Like, I guess we're waiting on... Maybe I'm supposed to sack this to Rite of Oblivion instead of the thing to make a treasure. But, like, we basically need Rite to do anything with this, right? Yeah, and Rite's our only way to sacrifice things in this deck, right? Oh, I guess we could have done this first, huh? This is cute. We could have drained them. We went a little bit inefficient with how we sequence things this game for sure. That's fine. Our deck seems good, so maybe we'll be fine. Does it keep the legendary tag? It does, yeah. Keeps the name too. Oh, so if I... Yeah, I feel like this deck wants some Deadly Disputes, huh? Because that card's still Alchemy legal, even though it rotated out of Standard, which is just like a peak, If there's anything that summarizes Alchemy and its nonsense more than anything else, it's definitely the fact that, cards that have rotated out of Standard are still Alchemy legal. In many spots. Hey, Quake Cricket. Mentioned that I watched you on Twitch to a friend, and he said, oh, he's the dippy dot doombot guy, right? Excellent. We're building up a legacy in other games. It's great to see. Keep cracking for 2 in the air. Well, I mean, even if they have Meathook here, chat, they would still kill my Sheoldred, so blocking is fine, I think. You seem to be in a good mood. Don't Google how old Mbop is. I mean, it's from my childhood, so. Oh yeah, if they cast Meathook, they die. Wait, this also kills them? Okay, good shot. Good shot? Alright. Do I need Valorous Stance to kill their Sheoldreds? I don't know that I do. I might just run it back. If you're around this afternoon, Braveheart, I love when I have someone backseat me for new games. I've only poked at it for like 15, 20 minutes. Jeff was old from an early age. I've been a bitter old man since I was about 16 years old, shit. Telling kids to get off my lawn for a while. We'll be flipping over to the Lord of the Rings segment about 1 o'clock Central. The Lord of the Rings game is a city builder, I believe. City/army builder. Good stuff. Artifacts died yet. Artifacts that are not creatures do not die. Wait, really? Is that true? Can I get a judge on that? If that's true, then this card seems real medium. You get the die trigger. Okay, yeah, I thought you get the die triggers. I'm pretty sure everything dies that isn't exiled, chat. Which, to be fair, post-fire design, there aren't a lot of dice triggers. Lots of things get exiled. Yeah, dies is shorthand for put into the graveyard from play. Yeah. Anything can die, chat. And that which dies grows the Tarmogoyf. Come on now. Come on now. The flavor text wouldn't lie. We're rather aggressive this game. We want the cut downs for the third game. Put this down on defense. Draws us a cards, a thick body. Just the intro stuff, Nuka. We're gonna play it this afternoon. Specialize is sorcery, right? Good shit. Good shit. Nice, nice. Glad we played this before the wedding announcement. I think we black specialize to bring our friends back. I tried to look up the Gatherer ruling to find out if Reezug, if artifacts die or don't die, and it turns out the Alchemy cards aren't in the Gatherer. Yeah, that's because Alchemy and the digital-only formats are a bastardized afterthought that Wizards ultimately doesn't really care about. Are at a virtual 3 right now because of the blood token. It's worth noting here. Maybe I'm supposed to prioritize getting Sheoldred down because of that. I'm definitely casting the enchantment. I think I want at least a couple Deadly Disputes to sack the things that Reezug is bringing back. Only having 4 ways to bin the artifact seems so low. Again, this card is legal in Alchemy, even though it's rotated in Standard, because fuck you and your understanding of what's legal where, that's why. think it's like Reezug and a Braids out. Oh, I guess Braids is a way to sacrifice the artifacts too. Maybe we're fine without dispute because of Braids. Was the Pilgrim actually good? The drains on this seemed reasonable. I don't know. I also feel like I need a density of creatures. Honestly, just play red for Oni Cult Anvil is probably a good call. This is probably just a bad version of the Anvil deck if we're being honest with ourselves. Trying to remember the last time I played Magic. When was the last Oglandia open? It's been a while. February, I think. I think February was the last open. I remember we canceled the March open that I was supposed to have because I just wasn't feeling it. Well, the next Oglandia open be as soon as there is an interest in competitive Magic together again. So probably never. Magic's just much better as a not competitive game, chat. I mean, just to be blunt and transparent, Silence, $1,000 isn't enough. I had a little bit over $1,000 in sponsorships lined up for the March Open that I canceled just because, like, running one of those events with the goal being breaking even isn't good enough. There's so much work, not only on my part but on the parts of a lot of other people involved. Because it's not just me and my co-caster doing, you know, an 8 to 10 hour day. It's my wife and then 3 or 4 of my friends that I rope into paying some amount of money to be on the back end too to make it happen. The logistics of running a tournament with coverage with no spectator client are just incredibly difficult. Blackland? Rats. Okay, so I think we gotta get rid of the Diviner Fates here, obviously. And then if I make a treasure, we can actually just recast this from the bin. And then next turn we can sack it to Rite of Oblivion to kill something else again. I don't think Snap had Spectator on their roadmap, if I recall. I don't know, though. How many people participated in the last open? I don't know. It also doesn't really matter. People playing in the event itself doesn't make the event profitable for me. When I ran the events with the nominal entry fee we had, the entirety of the $5 or whatever people paid went to MTG Melee. Or went to MTG Melee and Cool Stuff Inc. Sorry. That money went right back into the prize pool. I guess we just Braids here, actually, huh? Because I don't have anything I want to Rite of Oblivion. And we sack the gas to that. Alright, we're gonna move off of the topic for now and just focus on playing, but trust me when I say that competitive Magic is one of those things that there's a loud vocal minority that talks about how it's important and it really matters to them, but then when push comes to shove, the metrics just aren't there. sure. A Second tier. The Callous Warrior having anti-synergy with Reezug's a little awkward. Wow, this turn's about to be just a massacre, huh? So we target this. Sacrifice this, we kill this. And then we Reezug back the Shambling Ghast and then sack it to Braids to kill a thing. Oh, I guess I should kill a thing. Another treasure token. Let's Braids draw again. Yeah, let's hook, line, and sink them. Nope. Yeah, Reezug does look good with Braids. That's for sure. That was the 1-2 I was missing. We were talking about him earlier. I felt like I had to be missing something. You may deal one to me. I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? It's permanent Rally the Ancestors shit. I guess I needed to get my Trespasser's Curse down much sooner. Little did I know. I think we're dead on board. Well, we'll see. They can figure it out. Yeah, we definitely want Meathook postboard in this matchup, that's for sure. Take a land. Did Watsy spay the cat so it could block a while ago at this point? Took them far longer than it should have, though. Probably just dead here, right? So we block like 1, 2, 3, 4 things. And we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kurdai, thanks for 19 months. Welcome back. Yeah, we need to like one more land there, right? So I could have like... Oh, I guess even Bonecobbler something back. It means I don't have a blocker. And I gain 2 life, but I'd be down a blocker. Rats, they found the line. Okay, so Hearst and Meathook are both great here, obviously. This card's really cute with the Reanimate card too, because these discard the extra copies at end of turn, right? So you basically get them doubled up with the Reanimate for free. Yeah, cut down hits a lot of stuff. The question is how interactive do I want to be? It's like how much do I want to pull off of my game plan to try and slow them down? So I'm already bringing in 4 interactive bits, so I need 4 cuts. Like, what are the other cuts then? Is the question. They have a lot of creatures and stuff they don't mind sacrificing. Maybe like the Braids Reezug package is bad, and we like trim the right, so we put the cut downs in. I hate that. I'd like my draw card, vampire, please. Welcome, welcome. Rude. Folks in the subs Discord have been talking about their rent prices, and it's such an indictment of that incredibly messed up landlord system that, like, rent prices are comparable or more than I, like, pay for a mortgage. Crappy late-stage capitalism system. It's expensive to not have money, eh? Truth. Buying cheaper things is more expensive in the long run in a lot of aspects. Yes, that's the big one. When the bank refuses the mortgage because you saying you couldn't afford a monthly payment that's less than your rent. I mean, that whole system's super messed up, right? Like, to like give you context into my own personal stuff here, when Christy and I bought this house, I had a year's worth of bank statement showing that I was making low six figures here on Twitch. And I probably wouldn't have gotten approved for the loan without my wife's traditional job. I don't think they would have given just me the loan for this house, even though I was more than capable of paying for it, because of the type of work that I do and the way in which I am paid. Well, their Diviner of Fates are grinding a little bit here. It's just a wedding announcement angle. Crack them in the air. I think so. Let's keep the cards flowing. Keep the hearse on top here so we can start attacking their graveyard. And obviously, yeah, it's on the whole system as a whole and not the specific people working at the banks, but it's stupid to me that you view my contract work as less stable than any other job in an at-will employment state that can fire you anytime for any reason. I actually think down pairings to gold from diamond are fine. I think spanning 2 ranks for pairings is more than reasonable. Just a super big boomer mentality. Despite still in countries without proper labor laws, yeah. Well, I don't think it's fair to the United States to say we don't have proper labor laws, because we definitely have labor laws that are designed to be proper for a specific... The labor laws are working as intended in the United States, let's put it that way. Are they good? Are they good for the people that actually work? Are they good for the people that actually work? No, but they're, you know, they're working as intended. It's a feature, not a bug, exactly. A ladder is much different than a tournament. Actually, I think that's a good thing to point out, chat. The random stretch pairings on the ladder are actually exactly like a tournament. Remember, in a tournament, there's no matchmaking, right? Like, a top tier player can get paired to someone at their very first tournament, very first round. It's purely random. How scary was it going into streaming from a boomer/work job? Not at all for me, chat. I had a very practical approach to turning streaming into my job. I'm not one of those incredibly stupid people that, like, quit my day job while I was streaming to 5 or 10 people concurrently on Twitch. It was like, I'm gonna make it as a full-time streamer. This is my job now. Like, when I decided to, like, put my children when they were small into daycare and start focusing on Twitch as a job, I had, like, close to full-time income from it. I think when I talked to Christy and said, hey, there could be something here, let's take a run at this, I had just under 1,000 concurrent subscribers. Yeah, it's not your job until it is exactly a good attitude to have about it. I assume they're about to reanimate their graveyard here, and we cannot stop most of it. Decades of anti-union propaganda poking fun at people just standing around on the job site have made people hate having rights. Yep. Actually, it's funny. So, if you live in Illinois, there's a workers' rights amendment on the ballot this fall. That if you support workers' rights, it's a good thing to work for. It enshrines in the Illinois Constitution a right for workers, even on a smaller scale, to organize and negotiate better and fairer payment and treatment for themselves. And one of the things that's been really interesting to me as someone who, like, takes a lot of walks around my neighborhood and stuff and, like, takes note of things as I'm driving around, the number of vote yes to workers' rights signs in the same yard as signs supporting Republicans is baffling to me, because the person running for Illinois governor on the Republican ticket, his largest donor is pushing to kill the workers' rights amendments because it's bad for big businesses. It's just like, it's wild to me that these people can, like, understand that, like, the workers' rights amendment is good for them and they should be voting for it, but at the same time, they're also going to vote for people that are going to work to kill things like the voters' rights amendment. This brings back things that cost 3 or less, right? Up to 2 total mana value for less. Okay, so I can activate this, ditch this Schwamp, and bring back my Welcoming Vampire. Thanks. Am I attacking with everything yet? I think I'm waiting a turn, because this is gonna pop off next turn. We have the hearse kind of putting pressure on checking their the reanimate card. Well, that's one of the big benefits to voting by mail, is that you get your ballot and you can sit there at home for an evening and like spend a half hour, an hour looking up what the different amendments are and what they mean, instead of needing to know what they are and remember what they are going into a polling place on the day of. They still have creature in this deck for the Inquisitor's Captain trigger? They don't. That's great. Voting by mail should only be universal if your goal is allowing people to vote. And if your goal isn't allowing people to vote, you want to make sure you nip that vote by mail in the bud, chat. I don't want to accidentally make something accessible. Gotta keep the pores out. Well, that's a good one. I think requiring people to vote by law is not good because of the logistics of policing it and stuff like that. However, I think a tax incentive to have people vote would be a great thing to have. So don't penalize people for not voting, but also reward people for voting. Would likely be the closest thing to ideally you get. I don't even think I'm meat hooking here, right? Because if they play the reanimate card, they just get them all back. So I think we chill for now. And we'll just like cursive leeches them. Well, you have to understand too, chat, like, while making a voting day a national holiday is good and fine, not everybody has jobs that get holiday pay, right? Like, there are lots of people that is not a privilege that they are afforded. So something that makes way more sense in terms of making voting accessible rather than having it be a holiday is standardizing early voting with specific lengths to give people multiple days to get into a place to vote. So a holiday for voting is a much worse suggestion than, hey, we should have a week or 2 weeks standardized for early voting to get in. And there is some amount of early voting in a lot of places, but having it be consistent and standardized would be good. Yeah, it's just be Tuesday to Tuesday. Yeah. That covers all the bases. Yeah, if you're my vote doesn't matter and stuff like that is propaganda to get you to not show up. If voting wasn't important, they wouldn't work so hard to make sure you couldn't do it. All right, game the third. Our meat hooks and our graveyard hate. Hopefully we can slog through this. Hey, thanks to whoever checked out the Lord of the Rings promo game. Are you playing that this afternoon? It's a base builder on Android and iOS. Aw, opponent, come back. Maybe they had something come up. It's been a long match here, so maybe they had something happen. This is our second or third match of Alchemy. I think it's the third. We've played against 3 black decks in a row, so they're kind of blurring together. To be honest, I didn't vote or really pay attention to politics until you started talking about it on stream. That's why I talk about it on stream consistently. And I apologize to the people that are going to tune out or zone out, but elections here in the US are in less than a month, and I'm going to be bringing it up a lot for the next month. It's important. Correct. Meathook's been nerfed at Alchemy for a little while, though. So no, it no longer gains life in Alchemy. It still drains, though. I think I'd rather take one than lose my scry. But still, because this might be like a Sanctum on 3 into wedding announcement into tapped land scry wedding announcement on 4. What our curve's looking like at the moment. Yeah, if it makes you feel better, I promise you, shitty American politics leak out into the international quite frequently. And me telling my country people to go out and vote for people that care about climate change and basic human rights is good for everybody. God, Inquisitor Captain Fetch Diviner of Fates is just like a vomit-inducing amount of value. I just want my Graveyard Hater a sweeper at this point. Republicans with common sense don't exist anymore. The Republican Party has offered itself fully at the feet of Donald Trump and the rest of them. All of these somewhat moderate Republicans, like, who's the one from Nevada? Is it Cheney? I think have been fully pushed out. They're all gone, chat. Yeah, you want someone that's close to a Republican but still mostly reasonable? Joe Manchin. All the actual centrists have D's next to their name now, chat. Okay, look at what happened to all the Republicans that voted not to overturn a democratic election. They were thrown fucking out. Chat, as someone that spent a significant amount of time taking appropriate dumps on Joe Biden and his voting record and history leading into the 2020 election, the number of things Biden's administration has accomplished in the first 2 years is honestly fucking incredible. He has far exceeded the expectations that I had for him and the amount of things that they've done. And then when I say that, some fucker always brings up a whataboutism that they've done shitty things or things that are less than ideal as well. And you're right, it isn't 100% roses and whatever. I'm not saying everything's perfect. I am, however, saying that a lot of stuff got done. And I am happy with all of the good things that happen. And I'm optimistic that more good things could happen past that. He basically did nothing for a year. I mean, that's not how this works, chat. Anybody who's ever worked at a Fortune 50 company, or even Fortune 500 probably, will tell you that large machines move at a glacial pace, and that includes our national government. Nothing happens quickly. If you think nothing was happening for that year, you have no idea how these processes work on the back end. For people that aren't familiar with my background, I spent a year and a half, almost 2 years after grad school before my oldest son was born, working at a Fortune 50 company as a systems analyst that worked on what they called a change management team. And if you want to talk about some bureaucracy, let me tell you about the shit that team was responsible for. Good God, just the most miserable processes in existence. This board stall is not breaking in our favor, chat. We've got Sheoldred, but they've got Seafaring Werewolf. I guess we have Wedding Festivity building up. Maybe we're just chilling for a little bit. Our lack of a welcoming vampire means that these wedding announcements are just a little less good. We're not getting to have our cake and eat it too. At least the Seafaring Werewolf means they're dying faster. Sheoldred, glass half full. Maybe they get low enough off of that, but by the time the second wedding announcement pops, we just smash them for a big lethal attack. Shambling Ghast is a free attack. If they block, we kill the werewolf. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Removal spell, please. Okay, and we're gonna sit on this swamp for now. Because if we draw a specialize, we can turn this to specialize. I think I want the witch on defense, chat, for if they attack me. I want something to disincentivize them swinging back. Well, I still only have 2/2s. They're still at too high of a life total for an extra 2 points to really matter. Must be that max. Thanks for the almost 2 years. Welcome back. I think they just take an extra 2 there, chat. Nothing happens. Spenzor! Hoaglandia's 90th shillionaire. And they say the trickle-down economy doesn't work. Let's make sure that next shillionaire is going to be that much more accessible for all the folks at home pulling hard on their bootstraps. 999,910 shillings. Be sure to drop me a DM on the subs Discord server to gain your access to Beverly Shills. And I will, you can also submit a deck to be played through the forum on my website. I appreciate you watching a bunch over the last year and more. Feels like we're dying, chat. Opponent has all the cards that draw cards, and our cards that draw are not so here. All right, wedding announcement turns into this at least. I guess I could cut down the Seafaring, but it doesn't seem great for us. I'd like to thank my bootstraps. They must be tough. You yanked on them as hard as you did. Wait for the Cathar flip. I mean, there's no guarantee the Cathar flip happens anytime soon, right? Yeah, I think with them targeting this, I just have to cut it down. I'm yelling timber, we're gonna cut the wolf right on down now. Do 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 do. Be do 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 do. Do 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 do. I assume they're just gonna cast a reanimate and kill us here. Just bury us deep underground. Yeah, like, even if I draw a Meathook here, they still have 7 cards in their hand, chat. Right? Like, what is Meathook massacring accomplishing for us? Yeah, but it's like it's neat. Never beats a piece of graveyard hate, it doesn't seem like, but when we are flop around and don't draw ours, it seems really good. I'm gonna change formats. I don't know that Alchemy is bad, but it definitely feels like you could play whatever flavor you want here, so long as that flavor is black mid-range. I don't really know that I enjoyed myself playing a bunch of mirrors like that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and slide along to something else. Okay, I'm gonna play some more of the red-white Thopter deck. Deck was fun last time we played it.